What's up, everybody? Welcome back as we close out week one of the regular season. We're here with some NFL DFS picks and lineup advice for the Monday Night Football single game showdown slate on FanDuel and DraftKings. This is the Denver Broncos and the Seattle Seahawks. Welcome. I'm Brian Jester, co-founder here at Occupy Fantasy, single game $1 million winner. What we do in these videos, we talk about the injuries that impact the Monday Night Football single game slate, how you build low risk and high risk lineups, and just some general ideas to help get you to the top of those contest leaderboards. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe to the channel, get notified when we go live. Upload these showdown videos every Monday and Thursday. The main slate videos every Friday. Our live Q&As on Saturdays. Any other sports that we do, just subscribe so you don't miss. Give us a thumbs up if you like the NFL content and you want to see more. And if you have any questions, you can always comment on this video. Love to hear from you. Can always get back to you on Monday afternoon. Or join our Discord server, occupyfantasy.com/discord, to chat with other members of the community. So let's get started. And how we always try to start these videos, we talk about injuries and how they impact the slate. And really, there is just one that impacts this slate. It is Kenneth Walker, rookie running back. Again, I know a lot happened this offseason. If you're just coming back for week one, we got you. Don't worry. Kenneth Walker was a high draft pick. The Seahawks love drafting their running backs early. Drafted Kenneth Walker, and he's dealing with a hernia type situation. Listed as questionable, but basically every beat reporter has him as out. Very, very, very unlikely to play. So that leaves Rashad Penny. If you remember last year, he went on a crazy tear towards the end of the season, and he'll be the lead back. And behind Penny, we have the same guys we had last year. We have Travis Homer at $1,400 in the flex, $2,100 in the captain. And we also have, where is he? Where is my guy? DJ Dallas, $600 in the captain, $400 in the flex. One of these two will be the running back too. Maybe DJ Dallas, but super cheap complementary running back options behind Rashad Penny. And that's really it. I guess if in the rare case Walker is active, right, and we'll know for sure, he is just 2,200 here. So just keep that in mind. Don't think we'll see him though. So that's the injury that impacts the slate. So let's talk about low risk lineups, 50-50s, double ups, head to heads, right? Just where you have to beat half the field to earn some money, right? So if we choose DJ Dallas, who is technically a value, right, or Travis Homer, whichever one, if we play one of these in the flex, that allows us to go with our typical strategy, right? If you read our showdown strategy guide, you know we try to lock up all of the scoring. And what does that mean? That means we try to play both quarterbacks. We try to play both running backs when there are clear backfields. And there are pretty clear backfields for the most part here, right? We have Rashad Penny as the lead back. Javonte Williams is going to be the lead guy here for the high draft pick in season-long leagues. Melvin Gordon is still going to mix in and compliment him and probably even take enough touches away to make people angry. But both these guys are going to play, and Javonte's in there. And then we have Russell Wilson and Geno Smith, right? Geno a little bit affordable at 8,600 compared to your normal showdown quarterback. 7,700 per player. You get in the running backs. You can add another player in here. Seems pretty simple. The other way you can do this is Denver is roughly a touchdown favorite against Geno Smith, and that means elevated defense ownership, elevated projections for defense. So you could captain the Broncos defense here, more of a mid-range captain, and now you can really fit in a bunch of guys. You can upgrade that DJ Dallas spot. So that's one way to play it. Now if we go over to FanDuel, as always, it's pretty difficult. And basically what you have to do here is what you normally do, pick two of three of the top three, Russ Wilson, Geno Smith, Javonte Williams. And I guess if you had to say which one is the scariest to fade, it's obviously Russ, right? So you're going to play Russ in your lineup at MVP. He's going to be the most popular MVP, close to 50% in high-risk contests, nearly 100% probably in low-risk contests. Who are you more scared of fading, Geno Smith or Javonte Williams? I think the answer for most people is Javonte Williams, and I think a lot of people will go that direction. I think even though projections will favor Geno Smith here, I still think ownership will end up on Javonte Williams in low-risk contests. And you have kickers and defense that can round it out. Not a great slate by any means, but a little bit easier than the one we talked about on Thursday night. All right, let's go back to high-risk contests. Leagues, GPPs, satellites, anything with exponential payouts, right? And the thing we have to think about here is if Denver is a 6-point favorite, 7-point favorite, whatever they are, elevated ownership for their team defense, elevated ownership for their kicker, run game, offensive skill players, we know that the field is going to build Denver onslaught lineups. And what does that mean? That means 5-1, 5 Denver Broncos, 1 Seattle Seahawk, 4 Denver Broncos, 2 Seattle Seahawks. And that's going to be very popular as if you look at projections and the median, the average game script, that's how it'll play out. But if we're trying to beat, if you're in this contest, 200,000 people, or if you're just in a 200 to 500 player, right? The field's going to build that way as well. If you just make that one pivot, you can play a lot more ownership. You don't have to get as crazy with the rest of your spots if you just play a Seattle captain, or you play a more balanced lineup, 3 Seahawks, 3 Broncos. And there are a couple ways this gets there, right? So let's just say DK Metcalf at captain, right? Very possible, obviously, right? Could score multiple touchdowns. Geno Smith. I mean, even here you can go 4 Broncos. All the scoring goes through DK Metcalf. He's the highest scorer on the slate. Is that really that unreasonable? Especially if Russ Wilson spreads it around to the other Broncos receivers? No, it's not that unreasonable, right? You can put Rashad Penny at captain, Tyler Lockett, Geno Smith even, whoever you want, right? Or even so, even if you went with Javonte Williams at captain, right? Or Russ Wilson or Cortland Sutton, whichever of these guys you like at captain. If you play 3 Seahawks in the flex, that's going to be way more under owned than if you played 4 Broncos or 5 Broncos. So that's the top of the mind decision for me as the easy pivot point. Now you also have low owned guys you could play. If DJ Dallas does indeed end up being pretty popular, and we think he will be, just don't play him. That's one way, and play another cheap guy, right? Play the Seahawks defense, right? They're going to be 5% owned, maybe. Everyone's going to be playing the Broncos defense. Don't play them. Play the other team. Maybe Russ Wilson gets a turnover. Maybe the Seattle Seahawks get a few sacks or a kick return touchdown, whatever it may be. So that's the line of thinking you should always have. How is the field expecting to build lineups for this game? And what is the easiest differentiation point, right? Sometimes, like on Thursday, we had 3 very clear values, and the easy point was just to not play those 3 guys. Play one of the other pivots around them. We talked about James Cook versus Zach Moss. Moss got way more opportunities, and that could have worked out. Moss didn't do much with them, but it shows how easy, especially when it comes to playing time projections in week 1, even more especially, that we can make easy pivots in ownership and just leapfrog tons and tons of lineups in these high risk contests. So hope that gives you some ideas for this slate, what we're looking at. For more in-depth details, you want rankings for all contest types, lineup construction tips for low risk, small field high risk, large field high risk, contest to target. Everything you need is in our daily plug, the Monday night edition. It's normally posted by 2 or 3 p.m. Eastern. That is in the description below. The link is. The Occupy model ranks every, I almost said fighter, used to doing these UFC videos all spring and summer. Every NFL player, defense, kicker, quarterback, you name it. FanDuel, DraftKings, Yahoo with projected ownership. The model's up live. The builder's up and running. All the links are in the description below for what you need. That'll do it for this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, get notified. We'll be back tomorrow night, Tuesday night, with Moose for the $1 Million Mission to recap week 1. So make sure you subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. Any questions, you can always comment on the video. Happy to answer them. But if you want a more in-depth answer, you want to chat with other people in the community, you want to talk to us directly, join our Discord, occupyfantasy.com/Discord. And again, occupyfantasy.com is where you can get all the detailed info for this slate. So for Brian at Occupy Fantasy, appreciate you listening and good luck in this Broncos and Seahawks slate.